Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you. It's Eric Landrum here filling in for Jen this week on Main Street TV. And this Friday morning, sunny but chilly Friday morning, I'm joined by the one and only Pete Wilson this morning. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Eric. How are you today?
Terrific this morning. How's your morning going?
It's going very well. We're down on the downhill slide during the weekend. A lot of things to do, but everything is good, and I know that you, first of all, you're an upbeat person, but you have to be so excited for the Waverly Tigers. You've been broadcasting their tournament games, and for our local audience here in Jackson-Vinton who may not know, the Waverly Tigers, they're our neighbors to the west. They are in the regional championship after their big victory yesterday over Washington Courthouse. And so if it can't be the Ironmen, let it be the Tigers.
Let it be the Tigers. And like we said, the Ironmen fell to the Blue Lions, but the Tigers took them on last night, 1-2-0, and they're headed back to OU again tonight, 5 p.m. We're excited about that one. Right.
This is a regional championship. And Eric, tell our local audience how you can hear that game or see that game.
Absolutely. So last night we had a little bit of a hiccup. We ended up streaming that game, broadcasting that game on 100.9 Hank FM out of Waverly. But we're hoping to get it back on Q100 again this evening. And of course, streaming the game right here on Main Street TV, Facebook, and Total Media YouTube. So check that out. It's going to be a great game, I'm sure. And we're looking forward to it here.
And that's 5 o'clock first pitch?
5 p.m. first pitch. Bob Wren Stadium should be perfect weather again. We're excited.
Yes, single game, and whoever wins, they're in the state tournament. Isn't that fabulous?
It's going to be as exciting as it gets. But, Mr. Wilson, we got some local news that we're pretty excited to get to and touch base on this morning.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to hit you with a smorgasbord, sir.
Okay.
I'm here for the first third. Jeremiah Shaver will come for the second third, and Mr. Red Thompson Jr. for the third third. How's that?
I'm in great company this morning.
All right. Well, we only need the fourth member of the relay team, and then we'll have the news covered.
That's it.
But we're going to start off. We talked about we referenced the Waverly Tigers, but Jackson County will have a representative in the state track meet. That is exciting.
Okay.
His name is Garrett McInnes, and he is a senior at Oak Hill High School. And if the name rings a bell, it should. Yeah. He is the son. There is Garrett right there. Hayden just put his picture up. He's got those medals on because, that was him coming out of the regional track meet and the district track meet, both as champions.
Wow.
100-meter dash, 400-meter dash.
All right.
He went to the state track meet last year in the 400, and this year he has gone in both the 100 and the 400.
Well, good deal.
And the most exciting and newest news is that yesterday he qualified for the finals in the 100-meter dash in Division III.
Wow.
And he will be running today at 6:40 p.m. Up at the state track meet in Columbus.
Okay.
And he will he has already competed in the 400-meter dash. He did not make the final cut there. He did very well. He has a personal record in that category.
Okay.
But will be among the top 16 in the state. He is guaranteed a place in the state track meet by qualifying for the finals, 1 through 8. That's where it's going to be, Garrett McInnes. So congratulations to him. He is the lone representative from our what we call our coverage area, our main core coverage area in Jackson and Vinton counties to make it to the state track meet. He is the son of Heath and Melissa McInnes.
Okay.
McInnes are well known in Jackson County. Heath graduated from Gallia Academy High School because his dad, the late Ray McInnes, gravitated down that way to work as the manager of the Bob Evans farm down there. But the McInnes family, Ray and his parents, were in Wellston. They're Wellston folks, and Heath, when he got into education and coaching, was here in Jackson for a while, and he has been at Oak Hill now. He is the head basketball coach there, and I know that he and Melissa are very proud of Garrett, as they should be. Melissa, by the way, is a teacher at Wellston, so we have all kinds of Jackson County connections stretching out there. So congratulations to Garrett. We want to wish him the very best up there. He finished to get to the finals. He ran an 11.11 in the 100-meter dash. That was fifth, and there's 8 that are going to the final. So, it could all be different when they're running together. Of course, this is another day, but he has already achieved mightily. And Hayden, if you could put up that other picture. This is kind of a two-parter on Garrett. Garrett just recently announced that he was going to go to Shawnee State University as a sprinter there. That's what this picture is about there. That is him signing to go to the state track meet, surrounded by his parents and his younger sister. And at Shawnee State, he's very excited about that. Of course, that's close to home, but they also have an excellent track and field program, and he feels it's especially strong in the sprints. And, of course, the college has not started yet, but the coach down there, who he's very familiar with, Coach Ruby, he has Minford ties. He feels that Garrett will probably, very likely, compete in the same events that he excelled at in high school. The sprints, particularly the 100-meter dash and the 400-meter dash. Wouldn't be surprised if he might end up on a relay as well, because he was on a very good relay team at Oak Hill High School as well. So that's one of the big news out of the sports world. We had a couple of other things happen this past weekend that, of course, are worth mentioning. We had a lot of Memorial Day programs around our local area last Monday. We spread out all over the place. This is a picture of Lydell Young. He was the main speaker at the Jackson Memorial Day program. All these, of course, on Monday, the Memorial Day holiday. Lydell is a veteran. He was the main speaker there. It was also the first Memorial Day program under the new Jackson County Veterans Service Office, Scott King. We're going to have more on him later. But Scott is taking over for longtime Veterans Service Officer Arnold Tripp, who will officially retire in July. But there's been a transition period where Scott, he's actually doing the job now, and he trained under Arnold here in recent months. Okay, we now go to Wellston. That picture there is
that our good friend Brandon Witt?
No, actually, that is. Let me get my. That is the. Yes, it is Brandon Witt.
Is it?
That is the speaker at the Wellston Memorial Day that was covered by Alex Shope. And Memorial Day in Wellston, the Legion Post 371 does it upright. There's a parade. There's a program at Ridgewood Cemetery. They have a bean dinner. And, of course, now incorporated into all that is that great project that the Rotary Club does at the old football, or at the old stadium there on 6th, since South Pennsylvania and 6th. It's a big vacant lot now. The high school used to be there, but that is where the Field of Heroes is. Of course, it's all down now, but through a period that lasted almost a week, a display of 150-plus flags there. If you happen to be driving by there, if you didn't know it was there, and you cast a view there to your right or to your left, depending on which way you were going, it was a very impressive sight. And that not only is a tribute to heroes, military and otherwise, it also is a great fundraiser and a community event for the Rotary Club.
That's great.
Also, I actually hit the road, Eric, and went to Vinton County for their Memorial Day ceremonies. And these are the main speakers at the Vinton County Memorial Day activities, which were in MacArthur. This was at the Elk Cemetery in MacArthur. Some of the participants gathered at the courthouse, and then they walked the trip up to Elk Cemetery. Some of the participants were already there. These were the main speakers who were there. On the left, since if you're looking at the picture, we'll identify these gentlemen who gave their time for this program. Tom Neal was the MC. In the middle is Vinton County Common Pleas Court Judge Jim Payne. He actually was the speaker at both the MacArthur celebration or observation or observance and the Hamden Cemetery observation. And there on the right is Vinton County Common Pleas Court, Vinton County Probate Juvenile Judge Bob Grillo. He read the casualty list. That is something that they have incorporated into the Memorial Day and Veterans Day program every year. They read, and what better way to bring home the significance of what Memorial Day is supposed to be about. He read the names of all 101 Vinton Countyans who were killed in military action from World War I all the way through the current time.
Wow.
And so that was part of the program there. Later on in the morning, the Hamden Fire Department, by the way, it was the Vinton County Veterans Service Office and Tim Reed, the Veterans Service Officer, who organized the activities in MacArthur and Vinton County. The Hamden Fire Department organized and conducted a parade later in the morning. It went from the center of town to Hamden Cemetery there on the south end of the village. Okay. And then they had a program there. They had the typical Memorial Day programs, laying the wreath, shooting the 21-gun salute, the band playing. But Jim Payne, Judge Payne, also gave a speech there as well, probably the same one he gave earlier. Sure. I listened to that. Very good speech. Once again, bringing home the fact that, Memorial Day, it's kind of the gateway to summer, and yes, it's a 3-day weekend and all like that, but sure, you need to remember what that day is about. And I'm glad to say that in both of those instances, as far as I know, those ceremonies were fairly well attended, and they had good weather this time.
Good.
Now, I bring this up because, it's worth noting here on TV that they do these things, in case you don't know, but also a lot of our Memorial Day coverage is in this paper. Yeah. It occurred on Monday. We didn't have a lot of time or space to get it in the Wednesday paper because we have to have it done a day early. But the Vinton County and the Vinton County Memorial Day, the Wellston Memorial Day, the Jackson Memorial Day programs, activities, parades, all covered in detail and pictorially in Saturday's paper, so you can kind of look for that. Okay, another thing that we have covered, of course, are the 4 graduation ceremonies. Yeah. Oak Hill and Vinton County on the 17th, May the 17th on a Friday, and then last Friday, the Jackson High School graduation and the Wellston High School graduation. And what we do on this, Eric, and for the readers and viewers out there who may not have noticed or haven't seen it in the past, we do 2-page spreads on each of the graduations, pretty detailed coverage. Each of these programs, in the spotlight are the honor students, the valedictorians, the best of class, whatever they call them.
Right. And
we cover what they say, put it in the paper, put them in the spotlight, and also we run a lot of pictures too. It's all sponsored by, not yet on Hayden on that one, that's Wellston. We're on Jackson first. The Jackson graduation was in last Wednesday's paper. The Wellston graduation will be in this Saturday's paper. Okay. We're going to show some of the pictures there. By the way, Hayden was there because he is a 2024 Jackson High School graduate. 170 graduates this year at Jackson High School. This picture, keep it up there, Hayden, because we want to identify these people. These are the 11 valedictorians of the Jackson High School class of 2024. And I'm going to go from left to right. They're staggered there. I won't go by rows. I'll go left to right. We have T.J. Carpenter. We have Dane Neff. We have Sidney Hughes. We have Drew Wiley. We have Maddie Walburn. We have A.J. Graham. We have Abigail Plants. We have Camden Robinson. We have Eli Browerman. And on the end there we have Kylie Duncan. So or I'm sorry, that's Riley Kilgore on the end. That's Kylie Duncan right before Riley there, right there in the front row. But those 11 valedictorians each had a chance to, give a short speech there. And that was the main part of the program, in addition to the handoff of the diplomas, which was done by the school board members. Okay, we can show some other pictures there, Hayden, if you want to flip through them there, and we'll comment on those as we get them. These pictures, by the way, were all in Wednesday's paper. That's a good keepsake thing. They're side by side. They're in color. This is the Walburn family. This is a cool thing. Maddie Walburn was one of the valedictorians. All right. That's her parents, of course, Father Matt on the right and Mother Kim on the left. They're both involved in education. Kim is a third grade teacher at Southview. Matt actually works with Seward Folks Insurance, but he has been the longtime girls basketball coach. So he coached Maddie, and Kim taught Maddie in the third grade.
Right.
Now, older sister Gracie is there in the green. She is in the picture, not only because she's in the family, she was a valedictorian too.
Okay.
And Maddie aspired to be a valedictorian because she's competitive and she didn't want to have Gracie be a valedictorian and not her.
Yeah.
And Gracie, by the way, also had Kim through a third grade teacher as well.
Okay.
And Gracie played basketball for Matt before Maddie did.
Such an awesome family.
So a nice family photo there in the paper. That is Riley Kilgore, and this was a very nice too. She's one of the valedictorians, and I'm not sure very many people could do this. Here's what she's doing there. You can see she's motioning there with her hand a little bit.
Yeah.
She is doing sign language on her speech at the same time that she's giving it.
It's crazy.
Right. You've seen that on TV, on the big speeches. You have somebody doing the sign. Well, they're doing that on the side while somebody's speaking. Well, she did both of them at the same time.
That's remarkable.
So we have that picture in our Wednesday paper as well. Okay, that is Dane Neff there on the right, one of the valedictorians. And usually the school board members hand out the diplomas, but in this case, it was his mother, Heather. She got to do it because she is a teacher in the Jackson City school system. She was out there in the crowd. She was introduced as one of the faculty members, and I'm sure this was a memorable thing for both of them. Sure. She got to come up, hand him the diploma, and give him a hug there in front of all those people at Alumni Stadium.
That's awesome.
All right, and these folks right here were very special. They got special recognition. Those are the 7 graduates, or soon-to-be graduates, who are going to go into the United States military. And from the left, they are Corey Harden, Heavenly Lucas, Brock Morris, Hunter McNerlin, Griffin Peters, Caden Priest, and Drew Wiley. And they're all going into the military in some form, either straight into the basic military or some college and ROTC.
Remarkable.
And Drew, on the far right there, he is actually going to the United States Military Academy at West Point. That's certainly a great honor.
Yeah.
So we wanted to give those young people some special recognition as well. And that's exactly what the school administration did by calling them out there at the end of the ceremony and recognizing them.
Yeah.
All right. And that is Eli Broerman in the middle. Being a sports guy, you know a lot about Eli.
Absolutely.
Great football player at Jackson High School. Linebacker, safety, and all like that. He also played other sports as well, but mainly football was what he was known for. He is flanked by his father, Mark Broerman, who is the Jackson Middle School principal, and his mother, Amber Broerman, who is a Jackson Middle School teacher. So both of those parents are educators, and they got to present the diploma to him as well. That's great. Here's another little side note. Eli's older brother also was a valedictorian.
Okay.
So congratulations, to him.
Another great family.
Right, absolutely. All right, and this is the members of the Jackson City Board of Education who had a prominent role, of course, in the ceremony. They were the ones who got to give the diplomas. From the left, you have Kim White, Kyle Hickey, Pat McDonald, Vice President of the board, Kim Harless, President of the board, Brian Moore, and on the right is Superintendent Phil Howard. Phil Howard had the honor of introducing the valedictorians, And although I'm not going to introduce them because you really can't see them, they're all on the back there on the platform. Those are other distinguished members of the faculty and the administration that were back there, or special guests who were there on the platform. So, and here is a class picture of the entire group. That picture was taken before the graduation ceremony in the gymnasium. Yeah. And we want to thank Seth Fain, who is the official photographer for the Jackson City Schools, does a great job. Yeah. He was willing to loan me this picture, so you could say that every graduate got their picture in the paper.
Sure.
So
thank you, Seth.
We certainly thank him for that. All right, the Jackson High School graduation was in Wednesday's paper. The Oak Hill graduation was in the previous Saturday, and the Vinton County graduation in the Wednesday before that. They've all been in there consecutive. This Saturday in the paper, and Jeremiah Shaver will touch on this when he comes, we will preview the coverage of the Wellston High School graduation. He was there for that. We have pictures of that too, as well as excerpts of the speech of their valedictorians. They call them the best of the class. Same thing.
Excellent.
All right, some other events that we want to tell you about before Jeremiah takes over for me. These are events that are coming up this weekend. There's not all of them, but ones we wanted to mention, I think, of significance. The city of Wellston is lining up. You know, there's a lot of yard sales once the weather gets better, and it's always a big deal to have them, early in the month when they think people have money in their pocket.
Good point.
But anyway, the city of Wellston has set up 3 kind of like community yard sales where you can come to this location. You don't have to have a license or anything. You can just set up. And obviously that ought to improve your business kind of if you kind of have a flea market type setup where you have multiple vendors.
That's great.
So there's 3 of those, and the first one is actually this weekend.
Okay.
It goes Friday through Sunday, so they've already had one day. But the community yard sale, if you want to call it that, is at the old high school lot on South Pennsylvania Avenue, the same place where they had the Field of Heroes.
Yeah.
It ran yesterday, and it will go also Saturday and Sunday as well. No times, obviously, it starts early and goes until people want to break up. There will be 2 more, one in July, from the July 12th through the 14th, and then August 9th through 11th. Those are both Fridays through Sundays. Those 2 events will not be at the lot, the old football field lot. They will be at the old Frick Gallagher lot across from Piggly Wiggly on 2nd Street.
All right.
So once again, no need to register, no need to apply for a permit to participate. Spots are available on a first-come, first-served basis. No items will be permitted on the lot outside of those posted dates. So it's only those 3 dates that you're allowed to set up, those 3 weekends. All right, in Oak Hill, there'll be an event on Saturday. It's something that the Chamber of Commerce in Oak Hill has organized, and they will continue with it again this year. It's called the Community Yard Sale and the Amish Business Showcase, and it basically combines a community yard sale with some of the Amish. Many of them have businesses that are out in the rural areas. Well, this gives them a chance to do a vendor event in the community, organized along with other vendors. So once again,
that's neat.
More chance of drawing multiple customers.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the Etna Park in Oak Hill. That's by the Village building there, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. And the Chamber organizes this. The yard sale will actually start at 7 a.m. It starts an hour earlier. It will cost $10 per space.
Okay.
And you have to reserve a space. Set up to the Amish Business Showcase will also begin at 7 p.m., and business can begin as early as 8 a.m. All visitors are welcome. This is open to everybody, and the Chamber really makes it enticing because even if you're not necessarily thinking, I want to buy a whole lot, they will give you free hot dogs, chips, and drinks.
All right,
So, come and shop, maybe get a great bargain, new and old stuff, because, of course, the Amish, they mainly, they're very skilled folks. Mm-hmm. They're good at a lot of things, a lot of woodworking, roofing, etc., a lot of services. You can see all what they have to offer. If you're not out in the country where their businesses are located, this is an excellent opportunity to see what they have.
Absolutely.
So, great event. That's tomorrow. Okay, we want to also promote the First Presbyterian Church of Jackson's rummage sale. It will also be tomorrow. And of course, this is to benefit the church. That's just a couple blocks from here, Eric, at 225 Church Street, at the corner of Church and Court Streets. And there will be many items available: paintings, pots and pans, decorations, clothing. As you might guess, in a rummage sale, everything from A to Z there.
Yeah.
And there's on-street parking there at the church, but if it draws a good crowd, as it probably will, extra parking will be available behind the church in the grass. It's okay to park there as well. All right, one other thing we want to let the public know. We've had this in the paper, but we want to remind everybody that the Jackson County Health Department is in a new location now.
Okay.
It is at 102 Twin Oaks Drive in that building that is across the road, basically from Holzer Medical Center and by Clark's Pump and Shop.
Okay.
That convenience store gas station there. And they have been there. They moved in at the beginning of the week. They were actually closed the Friday before for a moving day, and they were supposed to be open Tuesday, and I know they were open for sure on Wednesday. But that's at 102 Twin Oaks Drive. They used to be in the B.J. Allison Health Building at 200 East Main Street.
Yeah.
That's at the corner of Portsmouth and Main Streets. So that space has opened up. They have grown a lot, especially since COVID.
Yeah.
The COVID-19 thing. It's created more money coming into them, more need for staffing. They're doing more public service. They're doing a lot with anti-drugs and so forth, a lot with community education. And so this is an upward and outward thing for them. So they are now at their new location. The public is welcome to come, but they have established an open house event next week. It will be on Wednesday, June the 5th, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Anybody can come in. It's not, for health department business.
Sure.
It's to see the place, get a tour, and you can see where they're all locating. And then, of course, you can learn all the services that they offer and also meet the staff if you haven't done that. So I'm going to give up my chair to Jeremiah Shaver. I know he has some things to talk about too, and then Red Thompson Jr. will relieve him. You're the only one that has to work the whole hour.
That's okay. That's all right.
All right. Well,
I'm in good company this morning.
Thank you, Eric, and best of luck to you as well as the Tigers.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Wilson. We appreciate it. Have a great Friday, and now we're going to be joined by the one and only. I thought it was only a myth. Jeremiah Shaver.
Good morning, Eric. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. Happy Friday to you. How are you?
Friday. We're doing okay.
Good.
Doing okay. Made it through another week here. May's always a busy. It was a short week. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you call it a short week. I worked almost every day except for Monday.
Yeah.
But I worked over the weekend with the festival flags and everything.
Yeah.
May's always a busy month for us. You kick off the month with a festival, and then you end the month with a festival, and then in between you got 4 graduations. And this year I did 2 of the 4, and we'll be talking about Wellston High School graduation here. In my part of my segment.
How do we get all that into one paper, man?
It's several papers. We're very fortunate that our ATSAF sells a few pages for graduation, so we split those over 4 editions.
Yeah.
So you'll have we've had Oak Hill and Vinton County in the paper already, and then over the weekend. And Wednesday we had Jackson, and then tomorrow we'll have Wellston High School.
All right.
And it's usually a 2-page spread, and we have a lot of advertisers that are on those pages, so that's good. But we'll talk about that here in a minute. But there's a few things I want to touch on before we get to festival flags and graduation. We didn't get to, we weren't here on Monday, and usually we do news on Monday. So I know Pete was in briefly and talked about the tornado and stuff on Tuesday.
Right.
But I wanted to touch on a few things. One of the things I wanted to touch on, we had this in a couple editions ago, and it's been online. We're asking locals to watch for a missing female teenager from Canton. Here's a picture of her on the screen for those watching. Now, this teenager, her name is Kaylee R. Smith. She's 15, and she was last seen in Canton, Ohio on February 11th, 2024. Wow. Now, the reason we're sharing this is she could be in our area. I guess the family's from Wellston.
Okay.
And they believe that she could be back here in Jackson County. So they're asking people to be on the lookout for her. Yeah. And if you see her, you can contact local authorities and let them know. a little more information.
Yep.
At the time, which this has been months ago, but at the time she went missing, she was wearing a tan t-shirt, black leggings, and white Nike shoes. She's described as white, 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighs 100 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes. And when she went missing, Eric, she was 14 years old, but she has since had a birthday. So she's now 15. And according to her mother, he reached out to us. Her mother's name is Amy McInnes. And she said the family is from Wellston. They moved to Canton. I don't know if it was this year or late last year.
Yeah.
And she said that her daughter got involved with a boy and didn't want to come back home, so she ran away.
Okay.
So it's kind of a runaway missing situation.
Right.
Since she's underage, the mother reported her missing as a child missing report because she's under 18, so she's still a child. And she says that the U.S. Marshals and the Canton Police Department believe that Smith's whereabouts are here in Jackson County.
Wow.
And I will say that the Jackson County juvenile judge, Justin Skaggs, told us that there is a warrant issued out of his court for Smith. And it's just, it's not like a criminal type thing. It's more of, it's to simply secure her presence to bring her before the court for her safety.
Okay.
So it's one of those type of warrants.
Yeah.
I know when you hear warrant, you think, oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you're going to arrest her, but it's more
Generally.
of it's like just to bring her in, check her well-being, maybe get her back to her folks in Canton. I know her mom has contacted me numerous times over the last month or two.
Yeah.
And I know I've at least seen one place here in town, Arby's on Main Street. They have like an email flyer that has her picture and information hung in the window, the drive-through window.
Yeah.
There may be other places, but I know I noticed that last time I went through.
All right. Wow.
So,
be on the lookout. Stay
be on the lookout for her.
alert.
There is a child profile filed on the Ohio Attorney General's, it's Dave Yost office website.
Yeah.
You can get on there and search her name, and you're able to print out like a missing flyer poster if anybody's interested in that.
Okay.
And she is also on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children website as well.
Okay.
So once again, that is Kaylee R. Smith, not Kylie Smith, because there are a couple Kylie Smiths in the county
Yeah.
that are younger. It's still like in high school or graduating high school. So
Yeah.
it's Kaylee. That's Kaylee, Kaylee, not Kylie.
Haley.
There was some confusion. I did a Facebook search when the mother first emailed me.
Yeah.
And I clicked on Kylie instead of Kaylee. And I was like, oh my gosh, this girl was just at prom.
Yeah.
I was like, she's right here in
solved
Wellston.
it.
You know,
We
I've solved
solved
it.
it, yeah.
And I was like, it's not the same girl.
man,
Not the
that's
same
tough.
girl. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
Okay.
just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
I know we had it on the website and in the print. So before Memorial Day, had something neat happen, pass through the county. You had that National Veterans Awareness Ride. And for those watching on TV, here's a picture of all the motorcycles
Oh, that's
that come through.
Yeah.
I took this from the overpass. Quick story.
Yeah.
So I got out there before, so they left Richmonddale.
Yeah.
And escorted by Jackson County Sheriff Ted Frazier.
Yeah.
And I called the Ohio State Highway Patrol to let them know I was standing on the overpass. I said, "Hey," I was like, "It's Jeremiah Shea with Telegram."
Yep.
And then they knew the name. They were like, "Yeah, what can I do for you?" I was like, "I just want to let you know I'm standing out here with a tripod and my camera and stuff." I said, "I'm on the overpass."
I'm all good.
I said, "I'm good. I'm not going to jump."
Yeah.
I said, "I'm not going to jump or anything, but if anybody calls, if you get any calls," I said, "out here the Chillicothe Pike overpass,
Yeah.
over 35, so it's just me. I'm wearing a bright yellow vest.
Yeah.
Can't miss me." But I said, "There's people looking up as they go by.
Just wondering.
I just want to let everybody know it's okay. I'm waiting for this motorcade to come through."
Yeah.
But that picture you saw, that was the National Veterans Awareness Ride, and it passed through Jackson County. That was on Thursday, May 23rd,
Okay.
and the motorcade featured 31 motorcycles and 4 vehicles. And they got, like I said, an escort from Sheriff Frazier and other sheriff personnel. They brought the convoy through Jackson County, traveling eastbound on U.S. Route 35. That ride is a 13-day event each May, in which members of the National Veterans Awareness Organization, they ride from California, it's out on the West Coast, all the way to the East Coast, to Washington, D.C.
That's cool.
And there's usually 3 major parts of the ride. Number 1, each day the members visit veterans in homes and hospitals to let the vets know that they're not forgotten.
Yeah.
Number 2, members participate in memorial services such as laying wreaths and showing respect for the vets that have come before. And the third part of it is they visit schools to talk to students about giving back to their community, serving the nation, and showing respect for the military veterans.
All right.
And that organization has been started in 2005. It's a not-for-profit, and it's dedicated to honoring all veterans. And you can learn more on their website. It's www.nvao.us.
All right. So what I got from that is if you're driving from California to the East Coast, you can't miss Jackson.
Right.
That's what I got.
Yeah, no, they definitely passed through here, and it took them. It's around 13 days.
Yeah.
On bike to get from the West Coast to the East Coast, and that's
Hopefully
making
all good
stops
weather.
along the way. I hope so. I don't know. I seen some pictures. They have like a blog on their website, and I think they had some weather out west there.
Oh,
That you
yeah.
could see. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think everybody made it safe
Yeah.
and
Well, good deal. Good
everything.
deal.
They had escorts along the way, so that's always nice.
All right.
So just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that's
we were out there. I did some video too. You can go back and watch of them coming over there passing. You can see some of the guys waving up at me. And
All right.
so that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So over the weekend, we had we had a lot over the weekend. You had the Oak Hill Festival of Flags, which I'm going to talk about first. And you know what? I do not have my information for the Wellston High School graduation.
Oh, no. Okay.
Pete must have took it with him.
All right. Well,
He was supposed to leave this for me, so I might have to
if you
slip.
need to snag it. That's fine.
I have to slip away and then
sweat.
come back. But we'll talk about the Oak Hill Festival of Flags, so I do have that. So here is a picture of the 2023 Festival of Flags crowning the new 2024 Miss Festival of Flags. That is Jenna Holloway receiving her crown there.
Okay.
And to be honest, it was no surprise because
Yeah.
she was the only one in the contest.
All right.
Eric. So.
Well, all right.
But she still competed just like the rest of them, and put on her best show that she could.
Yeah.
Here with her, this is her court. So in addition to the Miss Festival Flags, they also have. Let me find my cut line here. We can go left to right. On the far end there, that's your Little Miss Festival Flags, Nevaeh Martin. Then you have Junior Miss Festival Flags, Lainey Parker. Teen Miss Festival Flags, Whitley Berry, and then Miss Festival Flags, Jenna Holloway. And Oak Hill does it a little different.
Yeah.
They do the contest during the festival.
I think that's
so. Yeah, on Saturday, May 25th, is when they had their pageant, and they had several. So in the Miss contest, they only had the one girl competing, and then the Little Miss contest, there was only one girl competing.
Okay.
But in the teen and the junior categories, you had two girls competing.
Okay.
So these two girls that you see beat out the other two.
All right.
And something new that they did this year, in addition to your typical pageant stuff where they ask questions and stuff, they added a talent portion this year, Eric.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool. And we have a photo. So this is the this would have been your Teen Miss Festival Flags. This is Whitley Berry and her dad.
Okay.
Okay,
That's cool.
And this is during the talent portion. And why I used her picture in the paper. What makes it kind of unique was this was the first year they did the talent pageant, and this Whitley Berry, she's 13 years old. She did a self-defense demonstration with her dad.
Okay.
Okay, and she got a perfect score on the talent portion of the contest. Out of all the contestants that competed, she got all the points that you could for
Because of
that
this demonstration.
because of this demonstration. So there she is, kind of defending off her dad, and it was just really cool to see all the different talent portions.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit about. I have here what kind of some of the girls did. One of the girls played "How Far I Will Go" on her clarinet. Another girl did a lip sync routine to "Party in the USA."
Not my fan of that one.
You had the self defense. We'll come back to that picture here in a second, Hayden. That's
Better her
from
than
a
me,
separate.
Jared.
Yeah, that's from a separate thing. The snake there.
Nope.
There was one girl sung the Star Spangled Banner.
Okay.
Another one did a ballet routine, and then there was a cheer and baton combo to shake it up.
Yeah.
And it was all very entertaining. I will say the self-defense one I really enjoyed. The girl that got the perfect score. The lip sync routine was really good.
Yeah.
And there was another one that I really enjoyed. The little girl doing the ballerina. She had the little dress on her and their little shoes and just doing the little twirls and stuff. It was super cute.
That's awesome.
And but anyway, that was new that they added this year. And they always do that pageant on Saturday, and then on Sunday after the parade is when they do the crowning.
Okay.
Now, this year we didn't get to have the grand parade because of the thunderstorm that rolled through, and we have a picture I took while I was waiting for the. So this is the photo I took over the festival here. I'm sitting across the street, so this is kind of a shelf cloud.
Yeah.
That's usually ahead of a thunderstorm.
Right.
This thunderstorm we had a watch for and a warning for, and before it blew through, this was the picture I got. But afterwards, we had a lot of wind, rain, some thunder and lightning down in Oak Hill. But this is the same storm that came to Jackson, and Pete talked about on Tuesday.
Right.
Produced a tornado.
Yeah.
The EF1 tornado there that tracked almost 4 miles.
Yeah.
Across Jackson County into down uptown Jackson there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy to see, and it was the second one that we had this year because we had one unknowingly had one in Liberty Township because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah, and we had video that was provided, drone footage from up in the air of the first one.
Okay.
That was really neat, where you can see just where the swirls and the trees just look like a war zone.
Oh, that's neat.
It was really neat.
Seen that.
And I know Pete showed some of the footage from the tornado in Jackson, but because of that storm that blew through, the Grand Parade got canceled this year.
Yeah.
A little sad about that. People always look forward to the parade. They usually have a lot of folks participate. This year was the 31st annual parade.
Right.
And anyway, after the parade, they always do the crowning, and we already talked about who got crowned. And those new Queen and Court will travel to parades, festivals, and events over the next year.
All right.
So, and we got a couple additional festival flags pictures here that we can throw up. Go ahead and throw that one up you had, Dylan.
Oh.
So this is, let me find it here. So this is 2023 Teen Miss Festival Flags. That's Emma Figgins. So this was last year's royalty. She is holding Sunny, who is a boa constrictor. And Sunny was one of the many exotic animals from the Barker Farm.
She needs to be
that
putting
visited
something down.
that visited the 31st annual Oak Hill Festival of Flags. I think we had another picture too. Here's a capuchin monkey.
Oh, see, that looks worth holding them.
Yeah. Now the kids, nobody got to hold him or anything. He was still young.
Yeah.
I can't remember how young, but you can see the children gathered around checking him out. That is Rufus, and he was a capuchin monkey.
Capuchin monkey.
The capuchin, is that how you say it?
I don't know. I have no
I
idea.
think it's capuchin. Maybe I'm
That's
not
how we're
saying
saying
right.
it.
That's
That's
how
how
I'm
we're
saying
saying
it.
it. It's okay. It don't
You always see these type of monkeys in the movies.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
say these movies are great actors.
Okay.
You
so
know,
this
the
is
one that when I
like
come,
the Hangover monkey.
sure, or the one I think of comes to mind is from Friends. You know,
Okay.
Marcel.
Yeah. Okay.
Marcel and Friends.
Yeah, it's
that's the
probably a
one.
more family-friendly monkey.
Yeah,
thrown
right.
into the mix.
Right. And you can see Rufus there with Tony Barker. He and his wife do the Barker Farms. And I was really, they had all kinds of animals. They had, there was a tarantula. There was like this South American like toad and like tortoise and all kinds of different things.
Yeah.
And like I was very impressed with the Barker Farms presentation. It was a lot like the presentation you would see from like the Columbus Zoo.
Yeah.
When they come down with their animals from the zoo. That's how this was. And this is kind of a local
That's cool.
wife and husband that do
That's
that.
really
So I really thought that was cool. Do you have any more pictures from the festival you can throw up real quick? So this is the Red Brush Band. They were one of the entertainments on Sunday night. They're on stage there performing, and then we should have another musical one too. Oh, so this is Buckeye Guy.
Oh yeah.
You ever heard of the Buckeye
My mom
Guy?
loves this guy.
He is a hoot.
Yeah,
People
he's
love him. They get pictures with him. He's got all this Ohio State University merchandise. You know, he was down there taking pictures. I think he had just posed with this couple with a picture, like a selfie or something, and was showing them the picture.
That's awesome.
And I'd snapped that. I happened to be walking by.
That's
and then here was the headliner for Sunday. This was the Smokin' Ham Band. It was a country band.
Yeah.
That pig there, when they started, they had everybody hold their drinks up, and they were like "Soo-wee," and then smoke started blowing out the nose of that hog there, and I think they used the pig there,
cool.
and they would I think they used that pig as a prop throughout the show where it would like blow like steam or whatever out of its nostrils. So that was pretty cool. I think that was all my festival flag pictures. I know Red Thompson's here. I don't have my information on the graduation stuff, but if you can toss a picture up. Here's for the Wilson High School graduation. I know I want to mention it. I don't have my stuff with me to tell you who's all in the picture, But they had this. It was on Friday evening at Wellston High School in the gym.
Yeah.
I think it was 103 graduates this year.
Wow.
At Wellston.
All right.
I want to say that banner hanging in the background there that says "Congratulations, graduates."
Right.
It's probably the same banner that was hanging there 16 years ago when I graduated.
Okay.
I can almost guarantee it.
Some things never change.
I want to say they have two now. There's one on the opposite side behind you.
Okay.
Behind this picture, but they had here's the cap toss. A little different from when I went. When I went to Wellston. They do it in the gym now. It used to be we marched outside, out front of the building, and you go outside, and everybody would gather at the entrance, and we would throw our hats up.
Yeah.
They had the kids this year, which I guess this was a change the last few years after COVID. They do their tassels, then they do the recession out of the gym into the cafeteria. They march through the cafeteria, back into the gym, into their seats, and then they do the hat toss. Wow. I don't know if the recessional part of it, you have to do that before you can do the cap toss.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why couldn't they just do it instead of marching out?
Right.
Yeah. So here's a picture of the Wellston High School band. They did, several. They did the recessional and the procession, and they also did the it was sections from Disney's Up.
Okay.
With the balloons and the old guy who decides to take us out to South America or whatever. Well, they did sections of the musical sections from that movie is what they performed.
That's awesome.
Here is your choir, Wellston High School choir. A little on the small side. I don't know if everybody's there or not, but that was the picture I took. You can see a couple seniors there in cap and gown also singing. I can't remember what it was that they sung, but they sounded good. Yeah. For as many that was there.
There we go.
This is a QR code for anybody watching. We'll have this in tomorrow's edition too. If you scan this QR code, it's going to take you to the telegramnews.com where we have a photo gallery featuring hundreds of pictures from the graduation.
Excellent.
This year, I was able to capture a photo of every single graduate getting their diploma.
Excellent.
So if you get on there for the photo gallery, you can see a picture probably of your kid or grandkid or whatever.
Yeah.
Get on there and probably somehow save it. You know, feel free to do that, share it, whatever. But you can scan that. So in Saturday's edition tomorrow, I don't even know what today is. What is today?
Today's the 31st.
Tomorrow's the 1st. So June 1st.
New month.
Saturday, June 1st, new month. We will have a 2-page spread dedicated to the Wellston High School graduation. Wrote a nice story. They had, I think it was 4. Well, they don't do valedictorians or salutatorians at Wellston.
Yeah.
They did when I was there. We had 1 valedictorian, 1 salutatorian, but somewhere along the line they changed from that, and they just have something called best of class.
Sure.
A lot of requirements to be the best of class.
Yeah.
I believe they had 3 boys, 1 girl, and each of them addressed the crowd. And we have comments from each of those in the story, along with the list of graduates.
Right.
Some pictures I picked out that you saw there, and all that will be over a 2-page spread. We thank all of our local businesses and folks that help sponsor those 4 pages. This will be the last one, and we're just glad. I personally am just glad to have all the graduation season behind us. Yep. It's not too bad to cover and but it does take time, and we got to have the space, which is always nice when the ad staff can sell, because then when they sell, we can have a bigger paper and be able to do a nice spread for graduation. Yeah. So be sure to look for that, and I'll go ahead and turn my seat over to the legendary Red
himself.
Thompson Jr. I think he's been in the business for over like 30 years or something, and we'll give him the chair here.
He's here this morning.
He is here in person.
Jeremiah, thank you for everything you do.
Yep,
graduation stuff is awesome.
Yeah. So hate that I couldn't get into a little more detail. I know when I came on and we discussed Oak Hill, I was able to talk a little bit more about what some of the best of class and valedictorians were able to say.
Well,
but
hey, all the more reason
pick up the paper and read it.
All the more reason for you to pick up the paper tomorrow
paper.
morning.
Yeah.
The Telegram Saturday edition. You'll have all the details you need. And now, for the last 10 minutes of the episode here, I'm going to be joined this morning by the one and only Red Thompson. Good morning to you, sir.
Well, good morning. You know, I remember all those years you played quarterback, and I know you was quite the athlete even for the semi-pro team. So it's an honor to be here with you this morning.
Oh, it's my honor. It's a pleasure, and I can't wait to hear what you've got in store for us this morning.
Well, we're going to start in Selesky.
Let's do it.
And if you, as you know, the readers of the Telegram know, when you're talking about business in Benton County, you're talking about the tourism business. And Selesky, the village's got a $3.6 million infrastructure grant from the Appalachian Community Grant Program. Wow. And they're going to do some major work to transform Selesky's economy into a tourism economy.
That's awesome. That's great news.
We have an interview with the Telegram. We're going to have comprehensive coverage on this. We're going to have an interview with Selesky Mayor Tasha Broom. And this story kind of got overshadowed by all the Rio Grande.
Sure.
That day, the governor delivered about $17 million to Benton County when he came to MacArthur. And it was a big fanfare meeting at the new site of the Rio Grande Center.
Yeah.
But this also, it's very important. This other grant, I shouldn't say other grant, but this grant to Selesky is very important because it could transform the economy. And that's what this Governor One's program was all about, was changing the economy and helping, areas that had been hit hard by coal and job losses to reform a new economy.
Right.
And I don't know if you realize this, Eric, but Benton County does not have a hotel.
I do realize.
Okay.
That. Very aware.
Their lodging revenue, according to the auditor, the last time I checked, and it's probably went up since then, it's $4 million a year from the cabins and the Ravenswood Castle.
Wow.
The Ravenswood Castle, have you ever been up there?
Not.
It's a great asset to Benton County. Ever since it came, the land in MacArthur, any land north of MacArthur just really went up.
Excellent.
And it's a great place to go up and play some live chess.
Okay.
Got the big pieces.
Okay. Where's the Ravenswood Castle at?
It's 6 miles north of MacArthur.
Okay.
On State Route 93, just off by the airport, just near the Pumpkin Ridge area.
Okay.
The county. And they just get a lot of guests. And we had a story earlier here on Main Street TV. The airport's going to put in a shuttle service. Mm-hmm. And people can... They'll have a rental car available when they get there from Enterprise here in Jackson. They've been able to make that deal. So
great news.
There's a lot more going on in Benton County. The village of MacArthur has got a big project going.
Yeah.
They need a new lift station for the sewer plant, and the county has put in a pre-application with the Appalachian Regional Commission to help get that done. And Mayor Steve Hammond said that project is important to the village, and the MacArthur sewer system has expanded a lot over the years, what they have put on it has expanded. They put the fairgrounds on it. They put a nursing home on it.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, they put the middle school on it.
Right.
That'll be a big addition.
Yeah.
McDonald's and everything that's, keeps growing in the village. So, it's sewer systems only have their capacity. And when you reach it, you got, other things have to be done. One day they will probably have to have a new sewer system in the village, but right now they're in good shape, but they do need to make some improvements.
Yeah.
They're trying to help there.
Yeah.
And it was a great graduation for Benton County High School. I know we talked about graduations, but this class, this was a class. I mean, every year is an amazing class, but this class had a lot of different. They'll go in different places. One boy in particular, Ashton Allman, he's going to Campbell University.
Yeah,
football.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And that's a Division I.
Yeah.
I know we don't hear much about him here, but Apparently, it's a fairly large school. From what his dad Chip tells me, it's not too far from Raleigh,
Yeah.
and they're Christian school.
Excellent.
So Aston, he'll be taking a Bible class right off the bat.
Well, good deal. Hey, whatever you got to do to keep playing ball.
Yeah, and I know we love our sports. A lot of those kids, some of them's going to Miami,
Yeah.
Ohio University, Rio Grande, and we got one that the place I've always kind of respected. There's a couple of schools in Kentucky where you work your way through.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of them is Alice Lloyd.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a young lady from Benton County's going there, Kelly Collins.
Okay.
She's going to be playing golf.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good deal.
And
It's beautiful down there too.
Oh, I've been there.
Beautiful down
I've been there with a friend of mine, Clyde Hall.
Okay.
It is a beautiful campus.
It is. It is.
In the mountains, like
Yeah.
I said, and
Yeah.
there's just a beautiful bridge, and the people in Eastern Kentucky are so nice.
They are
And
friendly folks.
if you leave Eastern Kentucky hungry, it's your own fault.
That's probably a good point.
And we've had a lot of coverage that's coming up on the school board meeting. We've already been over some of the personnel issues that they dealt with, but there's a lot more coming from it. They had a monster 4-hour school board meeting on May 15th.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was long. We have Superintendent Rick Brooks made some comments. There's a story coming up in the Telegram. I'm going to leave you in suspense on that one because that's going to be a good read.
That'll be tomorrow morning. on the Telegram, or
No, probably not
next
tomorrow, but next week,
week in the
coming up.
Telegram?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a story that you want to read. It's we're going to kind of leave you hanging.
A
Sometimes,
little cliffhanger headed into the weekend.
yeah, and there were some comments made about accusations against the district. He answered them, and it's something you, if you got time to sit under a tree and read it, that's one of those stories that you want to kind of sit at a picnic table under a tree to read.
Yeah.
There's so much value in the newspaper, and I think people forget that
Yeah.
in an electronic age, but this will be a good story for you.
You can always find the Telegram online as well.
Yep, it's right online, and it's updated all the time, and
By the hour, by the minute. It
Yeah.
seems some days, Red.
I was at a spelling bee a while back, and someone asked me, I was talking to one of the janitors when I was packing up. I said, back in the old days when I started, I would have had till Monday night to get this done. This was like on a Wednesday, and he said, when do you have to have it now? And I said, 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it
Kind of makes it a little bit nicer, I'm sure.
yeah, we had a lot more space back then.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot going on in Benton County over the summer. They're doing a big paving project at the football field.
Yeah.
They haven't paved the high school football field parking lot since the school opened.
Yeah.
They're going to take care of that.
Good deal.
Superintendent Brooks also, they are spending a lot of money to take the old band room at the old high school and make it into a new welding center.
That's cool.
So,
Big things happening at Benton County then.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
yeah, they're busy, and it's just going to be a fun summer up there. They're taking down that big fence at the board office. They're going to take it down completely, and so they're going to have a new look around the school board office.
Yeah.
And there may be some more things to come. They're working on some other things that they don't want released, but that may be a big surprise to the community, but we'll see where that goes.
Yeah.
They're not sure if they can get it done or not, but they have some ideas to make things even nicer. So
Well, good deal. That's all good news coming out of Benton County then. And I'm sure that our readers in the Telegram are excited to hear some more from that. And Red, we're going to be hearing some more from you here at some point as well. But before we head off the air for the weekend, do you have anything else you'd like to throw into the mix here?
just one more thing.
Really go for it.
If you drive through MacArthur, I don't think I sent any pictures over here, but there'll be some on the Telegram's Facebook and online. But the new Benton County National Bank is coming along very nicely.
Excellent.
Crews from Randy Evans Construction, they put the windows in it.
Okay.
It's a $2.6 million building.
Wow.
and it's going to be a real centerpiece in downtown. 4 new drive-through lanes.
Wow.
And it looks like a lodge.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe, huh?
The bank wanted to do 2 things. One, there's going to be actually trees grown in the county incorporated into the building.
Okay.
So that's
Cool.
that's a tribute to the lumber and the sawmill industry, and it's also the bank resembles a lodge.
Yeah.
And that's a tribute to the tourism industry.
That's awesome.
So, and one final thing before we go, we have a new program starting today at 2:00 that I'll be hosting, and just wanted to spotlight my guest. We have an 11-year-old boy, Grayson Reynolds. He's going to be in Tecumseh.
We're excited about this. You told me this, and I'm excited I'm going to be tuning in.
Okay, and
Can't wait.
11-year-old boy, he won a part in Tecumseh, and his grandma, Debbie Reynolds, who I've known since I've been here, she told me it was close competition, but he could ride a horse.
Yeah.
They want an Indian son. He's playing an Indian son that's going to be riding a horse, so we're excited to learn all about that from him. And our second guest today will be Cyrus Chesser. He is a budding young musician, but he has an old soul, Eric.
Yeah.
He likes those old songs, and at the karaoke contest at the Wild Turkey Festival, he did Big River by Johnny Cash.
Okay. Oh, we're talking about style music, Red. Okay.
He said he's influenced by his grandpa a lot. Him and his grandpa was always riding in the pickup truck, and so he was always listening to old music, and he taught himself to play the guitar. It's really going to be an interesting story, and we're listening. He's not only going to talk to us, he's going to sing for us.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be 2 p.m. today. The weekly roundup with Red Thompson Jr. right here, Main Street TV. You'll be able to tune into that.
Okay, and that's
2 p.m. today.
We're looking forward to that, and thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It looks like we're going to have nice weather.
It looks like we're going to, as opposed to last weekend for Memorial Day. And Red, we thank you for joining us here. And like we said, we'll be back here at 2 p.m. today. Red's going to have a couple of guests here on the weekly roundup with Red Thompson right here live on Main Street TV. And then we'll be live again this evening for Waverly baseball as we head back to Bob Wren Stadium to cover Waverly Tiger baseball as they take on the Indian Creek Redskins. So an action-packed Friday here. We'll see you again at 2 o'clock right here on Main Street TV. I'm Eric Landrum. This is Red Thompson signing off for Main Street TV. Happy Friday.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegram.news.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegram.news.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegram.news.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegram.news.com.
Check it out.